Yo, yo. All right, so I'm going to show you why I'm not freaking out about this Bitcoin drop. I actually think we still have a little ways to go, not too much farther, but I'm seeing a lot of anxiety and people not expecting this drop. Maybe it was a little bit of a surprise, but if you have all these trend lines mapped out accurately, it's actually showing us right where Bitcoin's going to go. And I'm not going to be overly confident in my analysis, but I'm pretty sure I'm seeing where Bitcoin's going to go, where it's going to drop to, where it's going to find support. And then from there, it's off to the races. We're on our way to 100K. I don't know what the time frame on that looks like, but I said before, I'm anticipating it's going to be different than what everybody expects. Everybody thinks the high of the year ends up being end of December. I'm going to guess that we're going to shift a little bit this year and go into next year, and I think we're going to go all the way to end of January, maybe beginning of February. So that is where I'm kind of shooting for as a high on Bitcoin. Now, let me show you what I see on this chart. I know that I've got a bunch of lines here. Some of you are not all that familiar with the way this works. But let's, first of all, check out this first trend line. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so that you can see that. It intersected with another major trend line that I have drawn, and I should have labeled this, but this is the beginning of what I called a head and shoulders pattern. I realize everybody else called it the Wyckoff distribution. Whatever. It works the same way. Head and shoulders, Wyckoff distribution. I haven't seen a Wyckoff distribution that hasn't worked the same way as a head and shoulders. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. I called my target down here. We went right to that target, not much lower, a little bit lower, but not much. This right here was my target at 31,000, and we went down to 30,000. All right, so big deal. I was off by 1,000. Anyways, that's where I started this major resistance now. Was support for a little while. And then I have another one here. And I think we could go as low as that particular support. Started this way back in November of last year. Definitely a very significant support and something I believe the market will respect. Got another trend line. I started right at the neckline as soon as we broke through this neckline of what I called the head and shoulders pattern. I started this particular blue trend line. Let me thicken it up so you can see it. And so this is where I actually expect Bitcoin to go. And currently it sits at, it's ascending, insignificant, but it's ascending a little bit. So I have the price right there at 54,300. 54,300 down to our bottom line, 52,000. All right, so anywhere from 52,000 to 54,300 is where I actually expect Bitcoin to drop before we ascend and get on our rocket ship and ride to the moon. Now, more about that. All right. So why do I say 100,000 is the target? Am I just going along with what everybody else is saying? Not necessarily. I mean, I have seen that before, but I did a video a couple weeks ago I spotted this, what I think is a cup and handle pattern. All right, so drop the cup there. Let's do a handle. Check this out. All right, so now I've told you how to measure these cup and handle patterns, right? Let's get rid of that extension. All right, let's zoom out. Move this chart over. When we break the neckline of this, what I see as our cup and handle pattern, shows me where we're going to go. And this is a Bitcoin all-time chart, and it shows me exactly, guys. I mean, almost to the penny, 100,000. So this is once we break this neckline. Now let me show you in more detail, I'm going to zoom back in, why I think we're going to drop to that blue 54,300 mark. When you fail breaking the neckline of a significant cup and handle pattern, which is what I would call this, let me just estimate what the neckline would look like. Typically, and I don't know if this is true from technical analysis, I'm telling you from experience, what I have seen, you fall twice the length of the handle. So if I were to measure this out, place it in the area where we fell, right there. All right, that's where we started to fall, right? Let me clone that little guy. I'm going to bring him down, add him to, and look at this. What do you know? Bada boom, bada bang. Twice the length, the depth of the handle takes us right to our blue trend line, which is definitely significant support. Now, if the market movers so desire, and I'm sure they do, remember we got Wall Street in this game now, they might scare us a little bit more and take us down to our support here. Diamond hands, guys. I mean, that's what it is. You have to buy when the market is at the most fear. This is going to trigger a lot more stops. We're going to see a lot of liquidation if we go below this level where we're at currently. But I believe we will. And that could happen tonight. And when that does happen, look for us to swoop in. Look for the market movers to buy at a discount down here as soon as you guys have sold retail. And they'll take us right back up. And then we might bounce our heads against that neckline one more time before we break through. And don't forget to get your ticket to the moon, because that's where we're going. All right, guys, hope this helps. Talk to you later.